Holy crap, I'm a little bit worried now how much this is going to cost me. Hey everybody, this is Josh and this is Starting a Record Label. We're on episode 5 and we're basically going to put together a ballpark idea of how much this is going to cost me. And for those tuning in to their first Starting a Record Label podcast, let me backtrack a little bit. So my name's Josh, and obviously I want to start a record label, but just to make this short so that nobody gets bored, because they heard this all before, basically it's not going to be like the regular record labels. If you want to know a little bit more about where I think the music industry needs to go, has to go, you should check out episode 4. That's where I talk about all the ideas and all the stuff that I think that a modern artist today needs to do to keep up with the music industry. But no, if you want to jump in here, let's go. So I'm actually going to be going through these things one by one, and we're actually going to look up some stuff if we need to, and to figure out like kind of a ballpark area where we're thinking about, because obviously all these things are going to change, especially when we get to actually signing the band. We're probably going to talk through like what we expect, what I'm going to promise is going to be in the contract that I'm going to have to give. But let's just start off with recording stuff. Obviously, I want to record at least one song a month, probably put into an album or an EP or something at least once a year. And I think I can pull that off probably for about $5,000. Probably even less than that. But I'm giving myself that buffer in case we want to go into like some better studios. I think a lot of stuff you can do at home, especially doing demos at home, absolutely. But drums and guitars kind of need to be in a nice area. You can even do vocals at home. I've done that in the past. In fact, I did that last week with the Dares. We finished up the rest of their 2-song demo that they were wanting to kind of put out, and we only recorded vocals like in their practice space, which could be noisy at the time, but you can do it. And we'd also include mastering. I know quite a few great mastering engineers, and that really kind of is something that maybe we can talk about then, but I don't think we'd be spending more than $1,500 on that, and that could probably be massaged into some of the price of the recording too, so we definitely have that covered. I can do mastering too, but it's always great to have someone else when you got a project you've been working on for a really long time. You need some like a new set of ears on it, and it doesn't hurt when that new set of ears also uses like $50,000 speakers. But I think for the grand total of the recording costs, I think $6,500 is definitely more than enough. I think we can lower that. There's going to probably be some talk about that depending on, where we go, what we're doing. $6,500, that's where I'm going to keep it for now. That is just for the recording, and that's actually just for hiring out different studios and renting some gear if we need to rent some gear. So yeah, I mean that's a lot of money. That is an awful lot of money, and we're not even started yet. So that actually can change depending on the studio we go to and what I think is required. So anyway, I also wanted to mention that the mixing and the recording, the pre-production, all the managerial aspects, the heading of this whole kind of endeavor, it's part of this payment. But I guess I can't put a dollar sign on it, I mean, I don't want to seem pompous, and I don't want to, undercut myself on how much I'm worth. But I just wanted to make sure that it's in there. Just to say, hey, this is worth something. I mean, the time alone is going to be worth something. But the fact that I've been doing this for close to 20 years and do a pretty darn good job of it, I feel like that kind of needs to be in here, but we'll just stick to dollars. How about that? So free Josh, free recording, yay. Anyway, let's move on. What else are we gonna add in here? I do want to do t-shirts for the artists. At least 2 different styles, like 2 different graphics, and probably about 100 of the first graphic and 100 of the second graphic. So just to let you know, I'm actually on a website right now called Uber Prints. We're just trying to get a ballpark idea of how much these t-shirts are going to cost. And we're just going to walk through the instant quote here online together. Let's take a look here just for an idea. I know you could probably get a cheaper depending on what the design is. And also, I think that one of the things that I want to kind of get into is printing myself. I love watching The Print Life, which is a fun channel on YouTube. I think that it's very easy to do single color prints on your own stuff, and it's very cheap, and it could be pretty cool. You could actually kind of design things around like, hey, this is this member who printed this, you know, just FYI, it's personal, you know. So yeah, that's a good idea. But for right now, we're going to go through this in case we print them through another plant. So here we go. Okay, let's pick a plain white tee here. Actually, you know what? Let's make it black because, you know, I'm like that. And, you know, we're going to add, you know, one image, blah, 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 blah. All right, add to design. I actually have a label design here that I created a few years ago when I first had the idea to start a record label. I even got like the thing printed up and a logo made and all this other stuff, and I haven't used it for anything. And I'm not sure if we're going to use it for this label. We might have a different name. We're going to have that probably in a later podcast. But just for right now, for this t-shirt thing, I'm going to throw it on here just to make sure it looks cool. All right, just dropped it in. Next step, colors in the image. I think there's 3 colors. 200 pieces, $7.40 each. That'll come to about $1,480. That's quite a bit. And that's just for like a couple color. You know, that doesn't sound right. That sounds a little bit over. But I think we're going to keep the ballpark there just to keep moving forward. Like I said, this is just a ballpark, so $1,480. Let's just round that up to like $1,500 for spending on 2 styles of t-shirts. I mean, I can definitely get that cheaper somewhere else. But that actually depends. I really want to put a lot of quality into the shirts. I mean, the shirt feel is, you know, with my band shirts, I love the feel of a good freaking t-shirt, and then it lasts forever. And remember, like I said before, I want to kind of get into t-shirt printing, at least for some part of this, you know, maybe have like even a lower end, kind of like, hey, we printed it, it's a personal thing. So if we're good at that, maybe, hey, we could do that for all the t-shirts. We could buy really nice, really super soft t-shirts and, you know, just do all the printing ourselves. I mean, it'd probably take a while to get into it and to understand it and get good at it. But yeah, that'd definitely be helpful. But for right now, $1,500, that's what we're putting down. Moving on. So for CDs, I definitely want to have 3 different things for music, or 4 actually. Technically, it'd be streaming, obviously, which is going to be paid by me. Actually, we should probably do that first. We'll do streaming first. I love Distro Kid, and I am not supported by them in any way, shape, or form. But Distro Kid is hands down the best for like an independent band or independent label, because you can release as much as you want a year for a set price. A lot of other ones will take a certain percentage, or they're just stupid expensive. So Distro Kid, nice. I think they said it's $20 a month, but I think there's actually another tier that's slightly better for $25 a month. Actually, it's a year, $25 a year. That just gets your music out to the world via Spotify, Apple Music, all those kind of things, and has minimal analytics. So $25 a year, Distro Kid. All right. So like I said, the 4 things are going to be streaming stuff, so that'd be Distro Kid, cassettes and CDs, so that's 2 and 3, and then vinyl. So anyway, let's move on to CDs. All right, so CDs have always been, I've always got them through disc makers. Now, there's plenty of other places that are pretty good with this, and CDs are kind of like I don't know, they're almost like the poor man's vinyl, to where like I know people probably don't listen to them at home as much. I mean, I have a giant CD collection. I can't tell you the last time I actually listened to a CD. Actually, no, I can. For Christmas, my wife listened to a CD that is not on Spotify. That's the last time we listened to a CD. And we don't even have CD players in cars anymore. But the whole thing is, people like to collect things. You got to have something to sell at the merch stand, and having a few things there at a bunch of different price points, you need the CDs. So anyway, let's go to the disc maker's quoters so we can get a good idea here. So I think probably 300 CDs is probably good to start with. If there's actually a lot more people buying, we can definitely get a second round for even cheaper. So anyway, 300 CDs for production time. Yeah, I don't need them super quick. The stuff's obviously going to be all planned out. Yes, we live in the mainland United States, obviously. Shipping, economy. Dang, I wish I was closer to that plant. I could just go pick them up. Anyway, replication. That's not duplication. Replication is when they actually put the information into the glass, like as opposed to like duplication. It's kind of like if you burned a CD at home. They're actually different. The duplicated CD, if you burned a CD at home, that will not last very long. I think replication definitely lasts way longer, but I don't know how long it will last. I know that there is some kind of laser rot to it, depending on how much you're playing it, but I'm pretty positive CDs last for a really long time if they're under replication. But yeah, we're going to do replicated CDs. It's a little bit more expensive, but I think it's worth it. Oh, let's see here. Disc printing. Yeah, I'm going to put a color image on top of the disc. Yeah, I don't want to do that old school. It makes me think of like 80s. I don't know if you've ever seen 80s CDs where there's just like, they almost look like if you're looking at a vinyl, an old vinyl, where it's just like the words. Like this is just, Steely Dan or something. I don't know. So we're going to have a color print on the top. That's obviously going to cost us a little bit. Packaging. Let's move to packaging. We're definitely going to put it in a jewel case. It's got to be a jewel case, man. Oh, goodness. I keep jumping around this stupid website. Jewel case. Thank you. Stupid website. Jewel case with a black tray. We'll just get it something that's, easy to do. And we'll do a 4-panel insert. That means it'll just be like one folded piece of paper. You'll have a, front and a back and an inside. I don't think you need more than that today. I mean, we could talk about making like some crazy stylish CD. I mean, that could be kind of cool. Be a little more artistic with it. But, and we could obviously talk about this kind of stuff, which is, I'm sure in the future is going to happen. To where, what do you want to do? But for right now, we're just getting a ballpark on what Josh is thinking he's going to have to spend. So anyway, okay, we got CDs, replicated, jewel cases with the black, the black insert where it sits on it. We got them color printed, 4-panel, and I think I can shrink wrap them myself. No shrink wrap. How much is it with shrink wrap? It's actually no different. There's no difference in price for shrink wrap or not. So let's just let them do the shrink wrap. What the heck? I have my own design. Yeah, that's something we're going to have to do. We're going to have to pay for, a design of that. And you know what? I'm not sure how much that is going to cost. Let me, I'm going to guess it's going to be less than $500. So we're going to put $500 there. I'm hoping it's going to be much less than that. But for the design, I don't know. I'm just not sure. It depends on who we get. And, you could just use a cool picture that you took yourself, if you really like it. Or, we could hire someone else to do it. So anyway, $500 for design of the CD. Actually, we should we'll talk about that a little bit later. So for right now, we're just doing the CD. Anyway, all right. No mastering. No, I'm going to have someone else do that. Hopefully you're following along here. I know that there's you can't actually see what's up on screen. No, I don't want to distribute my stuff. I'm going to do it myself through something that's awesome called Distro Kid. I definitely need a UPC code. If we ever plan to put this into the stores anywhere, like actual stores somewhere, we need a UPC code, and it's only like $20 or something. So adding that on. No, why are they asking me for t-shirts? These add-ons, dude, I tell you. Commemorative plaque. Yeah, if we do that, I'm going to make that myself. Thank you. Alrighty. So right now it's saying out the door with shipping included, it's going to be about $708. So that's 300 CDs, replicated, not duplicated, with color printed on top of the CD and with a 4-page insert color for $635 plus shipping and tax. So actually no taxes included. Dang it. So it's going to be more than $708. So let's take a look at my little sheet here. We're going to round that up. 708 wheel for tax. Gosh, what's that going to be? I'm going to punch it in just for friggin' California's sake. $708 times, I think it's close to 10 at least for state tax. $70. Obviously, gosh, could have done that in my own brain. Stupid me. All right, $70 about. So we'll say $775 just to make it an evenish number. So $775 for 300 of them. And you can do more, and it's generally cheaper once you've done it once. It's cheaper to do it twice. Or if you get a much higher, if we ever need to do a much higher amount, they're actually cheaper than that. But yeah, thank you, disc makers. So we'll move on to cassettes. I know cassettes is something silly, but I love them, and a lot of people, it's like a thing right now, so whatever. Cassettes, and they're cheap. They're just super cheap to make comparatively. Now, I actually did a little bit of research on the cassette thing. I was asking around to a bunch of people, and they say they use duplication.ca. And I think that's a Canadian company, which is going to be annoying to get. Probably going to add some extra tariffs and garbage on here. Who knows? So anyway, we're going to put this one through the ringer. We definitely want hi-fi cassettes. I think about length per side is probably, I think I said about 22 minutes per side, depending on, obviously how long. I don't think it really changes the price that much depending on how long you have it. But yeah, different audio on each side. A really nice high bias tape. Cool. You can pick different looking cassettes. So I'm just gonna go with, I don't know, what do we got here? White square. There we go. I don't think it's that much different, but we'll see. Yeah, it only varies about 10 cents, I think, between these different colors of cassettes. All right, covers a J card. Now that's like the little card. If you ever open a cassette, that's actually what you would consider kind of like the insides of the CD album there. So again, I'm gonna do 2 panels, 2 sides. That should be easy. Labeling. Color paper label 2 sides. That sounds good to me. No, what's up with these add-ons? No download codes. Those are so like 2008. Oh goodness. Okay, test tape. Yeah, I definitely want a test tape. Shrink wrap. Wonder how much extra shrink wrap is here. Only $8. Yeah, you can shrink wrap that for me, buddy. Thank goodness. Yeah, no rush. We'll be definitely doing this ahead of time. And this the amount of cassettes. Let's do 50 of those just for now. How much is 50? Ooh, they're $5 a friggin' tape. Okay, how much is 100? We're gonna do about 100 cassettes. I mean, it's kind of annoying because you can see the price go down as it goes up. And that'll be probably nice when we get to finding out, because we're gonna figure this stuff out. We're gonna see how many people are probably interested in this stuff before we launch. So, hey, we'll know kind of about-ish how many people are going to want cassettes depending on CDs. And obviously we'll ask the fans the same thing for vinyl. So 100 cassettes, nice cassettes. Oh, they're about $3.98 each, so it's $390. Now that's not with shipping. I'm going to say it's probably in tariffs and all that other garbage. Probably $4.50 at least. So we'll just put that down for now. We can always adjust pricing later. So ballpark $4.50 for the cassettes. We got cassettes down. Now we're moving on to vinyl. And this is the one, this is the one that scares me because it can be a lot of friggin' money. Vinyl is something I'm very interested in doing. However, I think that it should only be done if we can definitely prove that there's like a market interest in it. And the best way to do that is basically ask. Now, it sounds stupid and just simple, but it's true. I mean, you already have some fans that might be buying some merch before. You're not just going to throw a crap ton of money at vinyl without knowing just how many people are actually interested. So however many people let us know that are interested, that's going to be how many vinyls we're going to make. So I really want vinyl. That is the king to me. That most people actually don't even listen to them. It's just funny. It's like something that they save. And if I do vinyl, I'm going to want to do like a smaller round of like special color vinyl, like special edition vinyl, like 100 of a certain color, and then probably like 300 of just regular black vinyl. So anyway, let's see here. Oh, wow. There will be no additional duties, taxes, or import charges beyond your quoted freight price. Well, thank you, Precision Pressing. I like these guys, and I like their website. And they got I researched them too, and they got a lot of really cool options for making the records different. So anyway, all right, let's do a instant quote. Here we go. How many do I want? Let's do 400. Vinyl format, 12-inch, obviously. Gosh dang. We'll do heavyweight. I like 180. If I'm gonna be spending a crap ton of money on vinyl, I'm gonna make it nice, Yeah, they're definitely gonna need to cut the lacquers. Standard plating, blah blah blah. 5 test pressing, shipped to me, thank you. Let's do black for now. I'm sure we'll figure out the other one later. Yep. A full color label in the center. I want full color jacket, inner sleeve. Just gonna be blank white. That's classy. Printed inserts. I don't think I need one. At least not right now. I don't think it'll add that much money anyway if we had to. Download cards. What is up with these darn download cards? People still do that? I mean, I think I last saw someone with a download card like 2 years ago, and they were just giving them away on some group somewhere on Facebook. Like, hey, I got this download card. You want this music? And stickers. Yeah, okay. I mean, like, I love you guys. I'm sure you do a great job. I just, would rather go to a sticker shop. Let's move on. Oh, I have to choose no. No stickers. No download cards. Shrink wrapping. I wonder if that, they're going to have to shrink wrap these because I don't, you know what? I'm not sure. I think no. Shrink wrapping, I think I'd want to like insert with the vinyl some special stuff for whoever, like the fans that bought it. Like I definitely want to add some extra fun stuff to that. So don't get lost on me, guys. I'm definitely going to add all this stuff up at the end. We're going to have a real, actual number here. All right. Gosh dang. All right. It's about $2,330. Now that's excludes tax and shipping. Holy crap. I'm assuming I'm not going to get out of there for under $2,600. So, yeah. We got Distro Kid for $25. We got the cassettes for $500. We got the CDs for $775. And we got the vinyl for $2,600. Sheesh. But I love vinyl, and that's just something I want to do, especially if we definitely have people wanting it and the ability to pay for it. All right. So that moves on to other stuff we're going to do. I had talked about having the bands do a lot of cool stuff, where like creative stuff, or it'll be videos like YouTube or a billion other things, obviously, even TikTok. Podcasts. If they want to do a podcast, we can definitely supply the hosting for that, along with the website. So I'm going to say, I'm not going to use GoDaddy because I think they're way overpriced. They kind of lure you in a little bit with, like the cheaper price, and then later they up it. I've had them for a long time, and it's like, holy crap, why am I paying so much now? I go, it was really cheap when I first got in. It's like, here, you want some crack? It's only $1. Now it's 10. I don't know how much crack costs. All right, so a website is like $10 a year through cheap names. And then on top of that, we're going to do just some cheap hosting. I know that I can get away with like $300 for 3 years or something like that. So it's like $100 a year for hosting. So yeah, website and that. We can put the podcast on there temporarily. When it gets really, really big, we can move it to something like Podbean, like my other podcasts here are on, so that you don't have to worry about overloading your server and getting charged a crap ton or it like crashing. So yeah. $100, $110 total for website and hosting. And that's going to include just their regular website too, I imagine. Alrighty, music video stuff. Now see, here's one thing that I am unsure of, because I don't know what going rates are for music videos out here. I know you could say, hey, do a music video for me for like $500, and I know that that's not going to come out really great. And then I have a friend who does stuff for like big artists and stuff that he's charging an exorbitant amount of some money, so I don't think we're going to be able to use him. So I think that's something we're going to have to talk about when the time comes. We can definitely do some with the camera that I have and the lighting and whatnot that I have. But yeah, for like professional music videos, of which I want to do, I think that's not something we're going to do right off the bat. If we can find a practice spot that includes maybe some area to set up the video rig and like in the area you can shoot your videos at, maybe I'd be interested in helping support that. But I'd need to see it first, and I don't really have a good idea of a price for that yet. So we're going to leave that blank for now too. Now here are some things that I really want to get to. Marketing. The majority of the money that I want to spend, if I'd have to get rid of anything else, I would get rid of the physical stuff and spend everything else on marketing, because that is where you find your fans and that's where you get your money from. If not, you're just like a normal band just releasing a video on YouTube on Facebook and just saying, hey, check out my stuff, and nobody's listening because the algorithms are ignoring you and people get annoyed. They just block, unlike, hide, all that crap. So we definitely need some good marketing, and I'm pretty good at Facebook ads, so I want to spend in the first year $4,000 for marketing. Mainly Facebook ads, but some other things too. I know that's a lot. And that's a lot to me too. It scares me because I know that this is already going up and up and up and up. So I definitely want to try out some influencer ads. It means like finding some people on different social medias that have like giant followings, or niche followings even, of, you know, some of the more stuff like that your fans would be interested in. So, and I wanted to give, you know, have them do sponsorships and shout outs or giveaways or something else so that we can get a little bit of, see if that works at all. I know the Facebook ads are really, really good, especially the video ads, at getting new fans. I want to see how these influencer ads are. Same thing with like Spotify ads, maybe even YouTube ads. Now, the last thing here is going to be playlist spends. I know that Spotify says no to that, but I'm sure there are some ones that are okay. I think Playlist Submit Hub or whatever charges you a little bit of money. And, you know, to be honest, if I found like some people that had playlists that I think matched what the artist is, I might under the table just give them some money. Like, here you go, put me in, depending, and see how that rolls at least one time, just to see if that works at all. Because I don't know, I feel like it's a little sketch. I feel like people would probably take your money and like put you on a crappy playlist somewhere, or just take your money and leave. There's enough shady people out there as it is. Oy. All right, let's add some of this stuff up. Now, I do want to remind you, all the recording stuff, all the video stuff, all the marketing insights and everything from me is going to be free. That's going to be included in this, and I don't want to put a number on that. So we're just going to have to start from the top. So here's what you'll get year one. Recording is going to cost about $6,500. That's going to include all pre-production, all recording, all studios, mastering, everything. We could probably get that a little bit lower, but it's ballpark. And remember, that's only paying for studios and rentals and stuff. All the things that I do are completely included. So this is just money straight towards rental of studios, rental of gear, anything like that. So next, some merch. We're going to do some t-shirts. Probably be around $1,500 for the t-shirts. Going to have 2 different t-shirts, bunch of different sizes. There you go. After that, we're going to get to actual like listening merch, where we have CDs. We're going to spend about $750 for about 300 CDs. Then we move on to cassettes. We're going to spend about $500 for 100 cassettes. And after that, we're going to have Distro Kid, which is just, you know, it's super cheap. It's funny. Why are we spending any money on the other things? But $25 goes to all streaming services. So anywhere that you can get played and get paid. After that, we're going to do vinyl. And vinyl is going to be a bit contingent on whether or not we can actually support it. But I think most of this stuff is going to be that same way too. So vinyl, about $2,600 we're going to be put towards that. After that, we'll have web hosting stuff, pay for you guys' websites, all the stuff that goes with it. And graphic designer, probably going to put away about $500 for just for that, for whether we like the vinyls and such, like the covers. Probably going to cost a little bit more, depending on whether we maybe wrap that into the website stuff. All right, and here's the last thing that's going to be the major thing that I think is most important after like the actual recording. The marketing of it. Marketing is going to be about $4,000. Mostly spent on Facebook ads, then on some other things like YouTube ads, influencer stuff, Spotify ads, and maybe buying some playlists. So the grand total of that is $16,510. That's a lot of money. That's a ton of money for someone like me who doesn't have that. But, you know, I talked with my wife this last weekend. We've gotten our budget in shape. We're going through things. We've kind of agreed at some point in time here in the near future that some of this money is going to get put away for the record label. Anything that I mix, anything that I do on the side, that goes towards the record label too. I would like to say that the band will also get, like we talked about in the last episode, access to all the stuff that I have already, like the camera, the computers, the lenses, the lighting rig, the tube mic, the preamps, all that stuff. Basically, that's about $10,500 worth of gear, like brand new stuff. So that's, a total of about $26,000, $27,000 worth of use or actual buying physical things for the band. At this point, I don't think there's a lot more that an indie label would offer you. Besides like if you got on a bigger indie label, I don't think that there's more that they could offer you, especially in this day and age where people aren't really buying, where people aren't spending money on CDs anymore. They're getting all their money from streaming at this point. So that's it. The cost of everything that we put together, $16,510. That's ballpark. Like I said, could go up. Hopefully it goes down, but that's what you're going to get. And oh my gosh, I have to figure out how I'm going to pay for all this now. And I don't have hardly any of that saved already. So next podcast is going to probably be me deep diving into how I'm going to actually pay for all this. But I'm super hopeful, and this has been such a great week this week, even though I'm running on 0 sleep, and it's to the last minute again on this podcast. It's coming out. But one thing I would like to add is I started a Patreon this week. And if you don't know what Patreon is, it's a way for people to give to their favorite creators. And I know that bands find this thing icky. They feel like they're begging for money. But this is how the new industry works. If you like someone, you want to support them. And you don't have to give $1 million. You can give $1. It's just, it's a way for you to support the things that you love. So if you like us, head on over to patreon.com/starting a record label and support us that way. Because we're not stopping.